Hi there, Sean Stodola, Warranty Manager here at Charleston Homes, and today I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the spring rains and how you guys can protect your homes from the potential of a water disaster. So what we want to do is go downstairs and take a look at our sump pump and the pit area, as well as kind of walk the perimeter of the basement. So while it's raining outside, it's very, very important just after a big rains or during a rainstorm to go down there and check those items. With the sump pumps, we'll go into more detail on that, but you definitely want to double check to make sure your pump's working when the weather's nice and the rains aren't producing excess amount of water, and just making sure everything's working properly. So let's go downstairs real quick and take a look on this home. So on each one of our Charleston homes, we either install one, possibly two sump pits. And the reason that is basically the drain towel that's helping your waterproofing around the foundation. Any of that water from the outside, rather than leak into the basement, it drains into the pit. It's a collection point, and some areas collect more water than others. Ultimately, any water that gets in there needs to be either vacated via shop vac, or what most people do is just have a sump pump installed. If your home does have a sump pump, you want to kind of pay attention here to the electrical outlet that it is plugged into. By code, we're required to put these on GFCI, so basically you have a test and a reset button. And in this case, these outlets can vary. Some are green and they glow green whether they're working or not, and others, the illuminated light means it's off. If I hit the reset button, power's then restored. Now these are a little tricky because they are susceptible to shutting off in the event of a lightning strike nearby or a power surge of some sort. And so for coming down to your basement and checking these items, what I personally did was just got a little outlet tester or a night light that stays illuminated all the time, and just plug it in above the pump. So basically I'd have the pump plugged in here on the bottom, and then I just have my night light or tester plug right there. And then that would allow me from afar to see if I have power to that outlet. So that's the first step, is just making sure you're maintaining power to the pump so the pump can do its job. The second thing is you want to make sure that the cords going into the sump pit aren't all tangled up, which these are okay. If you zip tie them, so it definitely stays out of there. Because what can happen is these cords can be entangled in the sump pump discharge on the float piece, and that's allowing that pump to automatically turn on. And so if this is all tangled up, that won't allow that to turn on properly, or it could turn it on and then it gives it a false reading and then burn it up. So you're checking the outlet, you're checking the cord to make sure it's up off the ground. Another thing I strongly recommend is a flood alarm or some type of a water sensor. Either apply it to the outside, or better yet, zip tie it to the pipe that's coming up off the pump. So in the event the water level comes to a certain height, it'll sound an audible alarm. With technology now, there's some that'll actually send you an email or a text message. So I've seen a few of those out there as well. But you just want something to allow you to have the opportunity to come down here in case something's not quite working right. And so the sump pump itself, the ones we install are 3rd horsepower, which is plenty of power to vacate the water in the event of water coming in. But it has a manual float, and as the water level rises, that float will rise, and then eventually it'll engage it, turning on the sump pump, pumping that water up into the outside. So let's go take a look at a couple other things over here. While it's very important to keep an eye on the sump pump and the outlet and the pit levels of water coming in there, it's equally as important just to kind of check your egress windows. If you can, just kind of pull back the insulation, look for any signs of moisture, and then kind of what I call like a walk around the basement perimeter. So if you have things stored down there, you want to make sure they're stored about 3 to 4 feet away. And plastic totes are a lot better than cardboard boxes, keeping things up off the floor, especially of value. But all you need to do is just kind of walk the perimeter of the basement, and if you see any signs of moisture, just kind of investigate it further. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into our blog today on the discussion regarding the basement sump pump and any water down there, and how to protect your home from a disaster. If you got any questions related to this topic, feel free to check out our website, charlestonhomesomaha.com. There's a comment section there. You could send in a request there. We got a lot of great floor plans out there, and we got 2 model locations you can check out as well. The website is charlestonhomesomaha.com. Thank you.